we are going to be rebuilding Newcastle United on FC24 career mode. Newcastle are currently on 50 points after 32 matches, 10 points behind 5th place Tottenham Hotspur. It's going to be my job to get Newcastle back in the top 4 consistently and to push on and hopefully win a couple trophies with the club. We have got a budget of 101 million in the first season, and this is what the squad is looking like before we make any transfers. So I've gone through the list of Newcastle's squad, and these are the players that we're going to be trying to move on this summer. So Gillespie, Dubravka, Paul Dummett, Kraft, Matt Ritchie, Sean Longstaff, Joe Willett, and Jacob Murphy. We're going to go and do all our transfer business now, and hopefully we can move a couple of these lads on. Right, so we've done our transfer business, and as you can see, we have got a 4 million budget left. So we have absolutely rinsed through it. As you can see, we spent 233 million in the transfer market, and I'm going to show you the players that we've brought in. So originally in this series, I only wanted to make 3 to 4 signings in the first transfer window. We've gone on to make 7 signings in one window, and a lot of them are mostly squad players because the squad that Newcastle have wasn't that great. And we've made, I'd say 3 to 4. Yeah, 4 players that get straight into the starting 11. So in goal, we've got Ramsdale. Should move to Newcastle in real life if he wants to get playing time for England. And we've put Pope in the deal also. So Pope's gone the other way to Arsenal, and we paid 16.5 million. I think this is a great signing, to be honest. Great price. Only 25 years old Ramsdale is. And throughout the next 3 seasons, you can only see him getting better and better, really. So I feel like we've set our keeper up now for the rest of the series. So let's just hope that Ramsdale comes good for us. Second signing is Ezri Konsa from Aston Villa. Now we paid 20 million for the 25-year-old. And once again, a good, very decent squad player. 81 rated overall. And he's having a very solid season for Villa in real life. Don't know if this move could happen, but he's not going to start for us just yet. But at the moment, Botman doesn't be able to see him to play a couple of games in a row. So maybe Konsa's going to get a lot of game time. We've moved on. I'm going to show you who we've moved on. And I've moved on a lot more players than I expected, to be honest. So he's a very, very good pickup for only 20 million as well. I feel like it's incredible value. Another one of our players, another one of the starting 11 players is DeMarco. Obviously, had an amazing season last season for Inter Milan, getting them to the Champions League final. Very, very good in the Champions League final against Manchester City, in my opinion. And once again, he's still flying this season with Inter Milan. For 34.5 million, we've got probably definitely in the top 5 left backs in the world. And Newcastle have struggled for a left back position for a good while. They've had Dan Burn there. They've obviously got Livramento that can play there. Normally a right back, but can play left back. And I wanted to get someone to cement that position down for the series. I'm pretty sure he's going to be here for 3 seasons with us. And for 34 million at the end of this series, that's going to look like incredible value for us. Our next signing is Adrian Rabiot, 30 million from Juventus. This guy's like my Nico Cranshaw of career mode. Great value at 30 million, 84 rated, 28 years old. Bad news about Rabiot. In his first game, he got injured for 7 weeks. So this next signing that you're going to see is a panic buy because I only brought in one midfielder, and that was Rabiot. And I sold 2 big names. So we had to bring in this lad on the transfer deadline day, Curtis Jones, for 21 million. Now, I was looking at Jones originally, and I didn't have the funds at the time to buy him. But we sold a couple of players on, and we managed to pick him up for 21.2 million. Should be able to do the job. Hopefully he can grow throughout the seasons. Obviously, within 3 seasons, he'll be 25, 26, and hopefully it'll be fighting for that 13 spot. Preferably for Joelinton's spot, probably. If not, definitely a very, very useful squad player for us. Our next signing is Willy Gnonto. Now, I think we paid 5 million and Dan Burn for Willy Gnonto. It was. This guy, he's got a hell of a ceiling, hell of a potential, and only 19 years old, 75 rate. He can play on both flanks. Very versatile. That's what I was looking for my wingers. I know Gordon can play both sides as well. Harvey Barnes predominantly on the left, Almiron on the right, but we have sold Almiron on, and that's why you're going to see this next signing, the biggest one of the career mode, is Rafinha from Barcelona. 51.2 million. We paid for him. 26 years old, 84 rated. We know he can do it in the Prem. We've seen him do it for Leeds, and we're hoping by bringing him in, he's going to get some goals, help Isaac out, either pick us up a trophy this season or retain us in the Champions League spots. And I think he's going to be a vital part to that. Run you quickly through the transfer history. We've got Thompson, we sold for 280,000. Sold Jacob Murphy for 9 million. Joe Willett for 25 million to Chelsea. I thought that was an incredible deal that I couldn't pass down. 25 million for him. I had to. Bravka for 2.5. Paul Dummett for 1.4. Matt Ritchie for 1 million, Kraft for 2.7, Sean Longstaff for 17.5. Once again, an offer I could not refuse to sell that man on. And Almiron, 26.6 million for Chelsea. Again, Chelsea throwing money at us left, right, and centre. We got 50 million from them this window, and for if you were to tell any Newcastle fan 50 million for Willock and Almiron, they're going to snatch your hand up, I'm pretty sure. So this is what the team's setting up for the season. We're going to have Ramsdale in goal, Trippier, Shah, Botman, DeMarco in the back line, Guimaraes, Johnson and Rabiot when he's back from injury. But for now, we're going to have to obviously put in Curtis Jones, who we've just purchased. So put him in there. So Jones, Johnson and Guimaraes. And then up front, Gordon, Isak and Rafinha. And on the bench, we've got quite a solid bench now. Barnes, Wilson, Nonto, Anderson, Livramento, Konza and Karius. And obviously, when Rabiot is back fit, Anderson will probably drop to the reserves and Jones to the bench. So I'm going to sim to January now. And hopefully, we are doing well. We are now in January and we are 20 games deep into the season. And we are sitting in 6th position at the moment, 2 points behind Spurs in 5th, and then 6 points outside the top 4 behind Arsenal and Aston Villa, which is the aim really, to get into the top 4 this season. We're not doing bad, 10 wins, 5 draws, 5 losses. It's about where I would expect us to be, just on the edge of Champions League football. So hopefully second half of the season, last 18 games are going to be absolutely massive for us. We have just played the round 3 of FA Cup and we beat Leeds 2-0, so we're into the next round of that. In round 3 of the Carabao Cup, we got pummeled 4-1 by Colchester. That is embarrassing. And the big one then, how have we got on in the Champions League? We have topped the group. Oh my God, how have we topped the group? We topped the group with PSG, Milan and Dortmund. So PSG are going through into the next round with us. We only lost 1 game, 3 wins, 2 draws, 1 loss, 11 points. Beat PSG in a game. We beat Milan 3-1. Some big wins there. How did we beat PSG but we lose to Colchester 4-1? What are we doing? So in the next round of the Champions League, we face Lazio. So we've got a very nice draw there. We've not got a massive team, but obviously Lazio can still do damage. They're in the Champions League for a reason. So hopefully we can get into the quarterfinals of that. We're going to have a look at the stats for the Premier League this season. João Pedro is topping the goal scoring charts with 14 goals in 20 matches. Who's up there for us? We've got Isak on 9 in 20. Anyone else up there? No. Top assisters, Luis Diaz is top with 7, joint with Saka. Have we got anyone up here? We've got Jolinton with 4. That's our highest number. And how many clean sheets have we had? We've not had many. We've had 2 clean sheets this season. That is woeful. So our overall top goal scorer in all competitions is Isak with 13 goals and 5 assists. Second is Rafinha with 8 goals, 4 assists. Decent season. Expected at least 10 goals by now, but he's not having an awful season. 6 goals, 5 assists for Johnson. That is very surprising. That is lovely to see that he's performing well. 6 goals, 1 assist for Harvey Barnes off the bench. I'm assuming Gordon's getting a lot of starts, but Gordon's only got 17 games, 3 goals, so maybe Barnes should start ahead of him. Bruno Guimaraes, 5 goals and 3 assists in 26 games, which is decent. Shaw getting a goal, Wilson getting 2 off the bench, Willie Nonto scoring, Ben Parkinson getting a goal as well, one of the youngsters. Same with Miley. Rabiot back from injury, got on a score sheet. Lost himself a rating in that injury as well, which is a good one. Konza getting 11 appearances. I told you he'd get a bit of game time. Same with Livramento, 16 games. He's up to 78 rated now as well. Jones 7 appearances. DeMarco only 3 assists for DeMarco so far. To be fair, I say that, but Trippier's got nothing. I expect Trippier to get a couple assists at least, and he's on the way down as well. As you can see, Ramsdale's up to 1 rating. Trippier's gone down 1. Botman up 1. DeMarco up 1. Guimaraes up 1. Johnson up 1. Gordon and Isak both up as well. Same with Livramento, he's up. Other than that, Miley's gone up 1. Rabiot. But overall, I'm happy with the progress that we've made so far. I'm obviously not going to make any signs in January because we got no budget, and 2, we made 7 signs in the summer window. Not required to make any changes at all. We'll be either in the top 4 of the Premier League, an FA Cup under our belt, or we've had a decent run in the Champions League. And as you can see, we have achieved one of the 3 things that we've done so far, and that is claim Champions League football for next season, beating out Aston Villa by goal difference. Not even points separate us. 12 goal difference better off for us. But as you can see, there is a massive gap between us and 3rd position, a grand total of 13 points, which is something that we're going to have to close on for next season if we're going to be pushing and keeping our spot in the Champions League places. Arsenal winning the league with 89 points. I'm very, very happy that we've got 71 points there. I was optimistic for the end of the season, but I didn't know if we had the players to do it, to be honest. And I feel like this position has cemented my thoughts on the transfers that I did a good job this season of bringing in players to get us this title. Because beating the likes of Spurs, United, Villa, Chelsea is not an easy task. And we have managed to do it in our first season. FA Cup finals between Liverpool and Man United. Let's go and see where we got knocked out. So we got knocked out in round 5 by Brighton 3-2. And then Inter Milan versus Bayern Munich in the Champions League final. Let's go and see how far we managed to get in this competition. We beat Lazio 4-3 on aggregate in the round of 16. So we're into the quarterfinals. We played Inter Milan in the quarterfinals, but we got knocked out 3-2. That is gutting. But I'll tell you what, we've done a valiant effort there. Quarterfinals in the first season of the Champions League is not a bad run at it, is it? Doing top in the group. Tough team to face Inter Milan, but next season, we're going to come back stronger, bigger budget, get some higher quality Champions League players in through the door, and we're going to push for those semi-finals of the Champions League. So from out of nowhere, Isak wins the Golden Boot in the Premier League, 24 goals in 38 matches. This guy must have gone in some sort of insanity run in the last part of the season. 18 games, he scored 15 goals, so it's nearly a goal every game for the striker. He was on 9 after 20 games. That is absolutely insane from him. Top assisters, you got Salah on 13, Diaz with 12. Our top assister in the league was Johnson with 8, and then you've got Guimaraes with 8 as well. Ramsdale only getting 6 clean sheets in the entire season. Hopefully next season we can make the defence a bit more solid. I'm hoping for double figures next season. 16 clean sheets for Edison is a joke, by the way. That is mental. So overall this season, Isak is our top goal scorer, 32 goals and 7 assists. Now that's put him up to 85 rated. 20 goal contributions in total for Rafinha, 14 for Gordon in 35 matches. Guimaraes and Johnson, outstanding seasons. 10 goals, 10 assists for Johnson, 10 goals, 9 assists for Guimaraes. That is very, very impressive. Harvey Barnes should be getting more game time, it seems. 9 goals, 6 assists in 26 matches. Maybe next season it'll be his season where he plays a bit more, but they are fantastic stats for him. Wilson, 5 goals, 17 games. Maybe next season looking to move on. So we can try a younger striker maybe. We'll get a striker that's not on the decline as a backup. Trippier, 83 rated now. Probably going to get moved on next season. Maybe keep him as a backup. Maybe give Livramento a go. Maybe bring in another right back. We'll have to see. But it doesn't look like he's had the greatest of seasons by his standards. DeMarco, 1 goal, 4 assists. Nonto, only 9 games for the young lad. Not even progressed a rating. Rabiot getting a lot of games in, even though he did miss the early part of the season. Cons are getting some games, 27. Same for Livramento. Jones only 16 matches in the end. Botman, 38. Ramsdale, 49. With 1 assist as well. That is very nice. So after the first season, this is how the team's looking. Some players have flown up some ratings. DeMarco and Botman in the back line have gone up too. Guimaraes is up to an 86 now. Johnson's up to an 83. Jones up to an 80. Gordon up 2 from the start of the season, 1 from January. Isaac's up to an 85 now. Livramento 79. Maybe he's going to get the start next season over Trippier, get the nod, so he can push on. But that is the end of the first season. I'm going to sim to season number 2, and I'll be back. Let me know your thoughts of what you thought of season number 1. For season 2, we have got a budget of 208 million, so I'm going to get busy in the transfer market now. The summer transfer window for season 2 has been completed, and as you can see, we've still got 84 million pounds left in the budget, and we have spent 251 million. So we have sold some players, so let's jump right into the business. So we've only sold 2 players this transfer window. We have sold Callum Wilson to Bergamo Calcio for 18 million, and we've sold Sven Botman to Liverpool for 79 million. Now, we didn't want to sell Botman, but they triggered his release clause of 79 million, so we had to let him go. So we have bought a replacement for him. So let's show you who we have purchased. Our first purchase is to replace Callum Wilson as the bench striker, and we have got Dominic Solanke from Bournemouth. 15.3 million we paid for the English striker, and I think this is a great addition. As a good backup striker, Solanke is the one for us. Bournemouth got relegated last season, so we were able to get him for quite cheap, and hopefully he can do a job just in case if Isaac gets injured or needs some rest. I'm sure we can hang our hat on Solanke to get us some goals. The replacement for Botman is Bastoni from Inter Milan. We paid a whopping 85.5 million, 25-year-old Italian centre-back. Now, that is a lot of money. That's the biggest transfer on the series by far. I do think he's going to be top quality centre back. Now, ideally, I would like to pair Bastoni with Botman, but that wasn't meant to be. Bastoni on his own is going to be partnering concert for this season, and I'll show you the starting 11 in a minute of how it's going to shape up. But we've got 2 more additions to show you. In the midfield slot, we have picked up Ruben Neves, and he's going to be playing in the CDM role where Guimaraes is playing, and we're going to push him forward. But I'll show you all that in a second. £60 million we paid for him. Obviously, he's had links to Newcastle in real life. I was planning to bring in him last season, but they didn't want to get rid of Neves, and 60 million, that is a lot of money. So big expectations with this player, and hopefully he can do the business for us and make our midfield even more solid. And the last player, probably the biggest name that we've brought in the career mode so far, is Marcus Rashford from Manchester United. 45 million we paid for Marcus Rashford. Still only 26 years old, 84 rated, and I do feel like this is a very decent purchase. For 45 million, what you're going to get, I feel like Gordon didn't live up to expectation last season. We need a new left winger. Gordon can play both flanks, so he can drop to rotation with Barnes. I feel like this could be the move. I feel like this could push us on to get 3rd or 2nd in the Premier League, maybe a Carabao Cup or FA Cup, and maybe to get us into the semi-final of the Champions League. So this is how the team's going to set up this season to start with. We're going to go with Ramsdale as goalkeeper. We've gone with Livramento at right back over Trippier. Maybe Trippier will start some games. But to start the season, I thought we could play Livramento instead of buying a right back. We've got a good quality one here. He's already 79 rated. He should be very decent. Now we've got Konsa and Bastoni as a back 2. And DeMarco still at left wing back. Midfield, only one change. We've got Ruben Neves starting this season, and then Guimaraes and Jolinton as the 2 box-to-box centre mids. Rabiot can easily come in for Jolinton, maybe, depending on how much of their injury affected him last season. And a front 3, only one change, as you've seen, Marcus Rashford starting on the left-hand side with Isak up through the middle and Rafinha on the right. Now we've added some big money offers in for Guimaraes, 100+ million, and same for Isak. So hopefully this season they can show that 100 million value, carry us to a trophy would be absolutely lovely. Let me know what you think of the transfers that I've made in Season 2 summer window, and let's sim to January, and hopefully the team is cooking. We are now in January, and as you can see, this is the league standings after 19 matches being played. We are currently 4th on 39 points, only 4 points behind first place, so the league is a lot tighter this season, and we are still in a chance of cementing our place in this top 4. So it's probably about 16 race City and Spurs, especially City. The drop off from City, I swear they got 2nd last year, but I'm very happy with how this looks here. We've only lost 2 matches, we've drawn 6. If we could turn 1 or 2 of them draws into wins, let's go and check the Carabao Cup. Let's go and check the cup competitions. FA Cup we've still yet to play. Blackpool in the first round of that. In the Carabao Cup we got battered 3-0 by Manchester United in round 4. And in the Champions League group we finished 3rd. Copenhagen finishing 1st with 11 points. Atletico Madrid 2nd. So that puts us into the Europa League. And let's go and check who we've got in the preliminary round of that. Real Betis to get us into the Europa League, we've got to beat. So if we can win the Europa League, that'd be nice. But getting knocked out in the Champions League group stage is not what we want to be achieving in this club at the moment. So I'm very disappointed with that. So as you can see, the top goal scorer in the Premier League this season is Grealish with 17 goals in 19 matches. He is on fire. We've got Isak with 12 goals in 18 games. Still very good for him. Rafinha, 8 goals in 11 games. Now you're going to see in a minute that this man is injured, and that is some record, isn't it? 8 goals in 11 games. So imagine he got to play 18, 19 games. What sort of tally he'd be on. Top assist is Bruno Guimaraes with 7 assists in 19 matches. Followed by Neves has got 4, 17, and we've got Rashford with 4 in 9 games. Has he been injured as well? I'm not too sure. So after 26 matches played, Isak is our top goal scorer with 15 goals and 3 assists once again. Rafinha 8 goals in 17 matches. Currently injured. I'm not sure how long he's injured for. Let me go and check. So he's only out for another 3 weeks, which is not awful. We've got Guimaraes, 6 goals, 7 assists, 5 and 5 for Rashford. So he's been doing well, but he must have picked up an injury if he's only played 13 matches for us. That's the only thing I can think of. Gordon with 4 goals in 14 games. Barnes with 3 goals, 1 assist. Maybe they're sharing the role a bit. This guy was already here as a youth prospect, and he's got 3 goals in 7 matches. So he actually is getting a bit of game time. Definitely because of Rafinha's injury. Jones 2 goals. Slanky 2 goals in 8 games off the bench, which is decent. Jolinton 1 goal. Trippier with a goal. So the assistant is still going with Trippier over Livramento, which is interesting. Concert with an assist. So not many players have gone up ratings this season. We've got Bastoni gone up to an 88. DeMarco's gone up. Guimaraes is now an 88 as well, joint with Bastoni. Isak's gone up. Rashford's up a rating. I don't think anyone else is. I think Gordon started at an 82 this season. Jones is up 1, definitely 1 now. I am just going to sim to the end of the season. We've brought in a lot of players. Even with Rafinha's injury, he's only out for another 3 weeks. I think we'll be fine. Hopefully, at the end of the season, it is a successful end to the season. Because so far, getting knocked out of the Champions League is wound me up a little bit. But hopefully, we can rectify that by winning the Europa League. We are now at the end of the season. As you can see on the screen, I am very disappointed. We have not secured top 4. We are on 73 points after the 38 games. 4 points behind Arsenal on 77 for that 4th position. Comfortably in 5th as well. 6 points clear of Chelsea. 7 points clear of Spurs. But after the performance of the first half of the season, I would have expected a bit better from the team. But hopefully we've gone on to win Europa League to get Champions League football for next season. Because if not, my job is in trouble. FA Cup finals against Villa and Arsenal. Oh, we got knocked out in the semi-finals by Villa. 2-1, that is disappointing. In the preliminary round, we faced Real Betis. Ended up beating them 5-2 on aggregate to advance into the round of 16. Which we faced Feyenoord, who we beat 3-2 on aggregate to put us into the quarterfinals. We beat Wolfsburg 7-2. That's a demolition, that. Which put us into the semi-finals against Anderlecht, who we beat 5-0. Not even conceding the goals. Very impressive. We were facing Atletico Bilbao in the final. Are we going to get the win to secure Champions League football for next season and save my job, maybe? We have done it 1-0 against Atletico Madrid. That is a massive result for the boys. Disappointing season, getting knocked out of the Champions League, missing out on top 4, but winning this Europa League, getting a Newcastle trophy was one of the aims. It wasn't Europa League, but a trophy is a trophy, and that puts us into Champions League football for next season. Now, player stats. Haaland ended the season on 30 goals after 38 games. Grealish on 27. Son on 22. Isak only 18 in the end. Maybe he just dropped off the players around him, just didn't provide the service that he needed. Rafinha getting 12 goals. Top assisters, Nico Williams with 12. Son with 11, Kamara's with 9, Neves and Isak with 7 apiece. Clean sheets better this season from Ramsdale, 8 clean sheets this season, much better than last season. I swear it was 6, nearly on that double figures, which I do want. But Isak getting 24 goals and 8 assists this season, bit of a drop off from last season, but I think the goals have been shared a bit more about. We've got Rashford on 16 goals and 8 assists. Rafinha once again injured. How long is he out for now? For another 5 weeks, so he's been out for a while. Again, two big injuries have cost him this season for Rafinha. Hopefully next season he can stay injury-free and start flying again. 12 goals and 13 assists for Guimaraes from midfield is unreal. If you want to have a look at any of the stats, I'm just going to scroll through them all now. Pause the video at any point. Neves with 13 assists is unbelievable from CDM. Only 1 goal though, but it doesn't even matter. He's not there for that. Konza getting 57 games under his belt. Ramsdale playing 60 matches. So if you look at the team, Ramsdale's gone up to 85. Livermore up to 80, Bastoni 89, Guimaraes and Isak 88, DeMarco 86, Gordon 83. The team is doing well at the moment. Trippier down to a 79 now, Shaw 80. We're going to sim to the next season, but I don't know if I'm going to have a job for next season, so you will find out in a minute in season 3 if we're going to continue as Newcastle manager. We are in the 3rd and final season of the Newcastle career mode, and I have not been sacked just yet. We're in the season now, and we've got a £263 million budget, and I'm going to spend every single penny of this to ensure that we can win the Champions League or Premier League this season. So let's get busy in the market, and I'll be back. The final summer transfer window is now over, and we have still got 55 million left. I did say we're going to spend it all. We've spent 230 million. And we've bought in some massive names. So our first signing is Ben White from Arsenal. 40 million he cost us. Nothing on Livramento, but I feel like a slight upgrade on the right back. Livramento's still coming into his own, and he can also play both full backs. It saves me buying another left back and another right back. Livramento can play both sides, so it's not that big of a deal for me. Probably one of the best right backs in the Premier League at the moment, Ben White, and he's going to take us to glory. And this is the lowest tier signing that we've got. We've got some big boys coming up. Our next signing is Ousmane Dembele for 85 million. I wasn't planning on signing a right winger, but after the last season's injury crisis with Rafinha only getting 2 big injuries, missing quite a big chunk of the season, can't be relying on him again. So Rafinha's going to drop to the bench this season. Dembele's going to take that starting role to start the season. And hopefully he can just start flying off from the off. Feel bad for Rafinha because the first season he did really well. Second season injuries have cost him his place in the team. Next signing, our second biggest signing, is Kevin De Bruyne from Man City for 25 million plus Adrian Rabiot. Now, Rabiot was unhappy, he wanted to leave, and I thought, let's get some experience in for this last season. See if De Bruyne can help us get a Champions League, get us a Premier League, and he's going to be starting in the midfield for sure. And the last signing to lock up our defence this season is Virgil van Dijk. He rejected Real Madrid for us, 30 million. He's cost us both 34 years old, De Bruyne and Van Dijk, towards the end of their careers. But Van Dijk's a Rolls Royce of defender still at the age of 34. I do think with them two in the team this season, we can do some magical things with this squad. This is what the squad is going to look like for the start of the season. So we're going to have Ramsdale in goal, White at right back, Van Dijk and Bastoni as the two centre halves, DiMarco as the left back, Neves, Guimaraes and De Bruyne in the midfield, and then Dembele, Isaac and Rashford as the front three. Now we've got Gordon, Solanke, Rafinha, Joelinton, Jones, Konza and Livramento on the bench. That is such a strong bench, by the way. And in reserves we've got Barnes, Anderson, Nonto, Target, Miley, Trippier, Shaw and Minty. I'm going to sim to January. Hopefully we're in every competition still. I'm excited to see what we can do in this last season. Let me know in the comments what you think of this final Newcastle team. Are we going to get Premier League? Are we going to get a Champions League? Are we going to get an FA Cup? We got the Europa League last season. It would be lovely to add one more trophy to the collection. As you can see, we are currently top of the Premier League in our final season. After 19 games played, 15 wins, 1 draw, 3 losses, 46 points, 3 points clear of Man United, 4 points clear of Man City. I am getting a bit gassed at the moment. The fact we've only lost 3 games, we've only scored 34 goals and conceded 19, suggests that we're doing very, very well at the moment. Now, let's go and check the other competitions. In the Carabao Cup, we got knocked out in round 4 by West Ham 1-0. So the Carabao Cup dream is over. FA Cup, we haven't played any games yet. Super Cup, we beat Juventus 2-1. So we've got another trophy on the belt. We've got the Europa League and we've got the Super Cup as well. Very impressive beating the Champions League winners. Speaking of Champions League, how have we done this season in the Champions League? Oh, we're back in the Europa League. Oh my days. Roma, Ajax, Newcastle and Dortmund is the group, and us and Dortmund at the bottom. 7 points, 1 point short. 1 point short of getting into the round of 16. Who would have Ajax got? Oh, Ajax got Real Madrid, to be fair, so that would have been a tough game. Europa League preliminary rounds then. Who have we got? Lens. We should go on to win back-to-back Europa Leagues. Liverpool are in there, AC Milan are in there. It's going to be tough. Player stats. Højlund is the top goal scorer in the Premier League. Not Højlund is the top goal scorer with 14 goals. Who's our top goal scorer? Have we even got anyone in here? Fucking Isaac with 6 goals. That is woeful. Needs to step up. Charleston top assist with 9. Williams. Nico Williams, that is. 6. We've got anyone here. We've got Isak with 5, Neves with 4. But we have got the most clean sheets. Ramsdale 7. He is cooking this year. Love to see it. Isak 10 goals, 6 assists. De Bruyne are doing quite well. 5 goals, 3 assists. Look at these goals though. They're all getting shut up quite evenly, to be fair. Like Neves 3 goals, 5 assists. That's pretty good from CDM. 3 goals for DiMarco. 4 for Barnes. 4 for Rafinha. 1 for Dembele. He must have been injured. Why has he not been playing? We paid all that money for him. Rashford. Where is Rashford? 2 goals for Rashford in 11 games. Once again. What's he doing? Why is he not starting? Players' ratings have gone up and down. Ramsdale's now an 86. Van Dijk and De Bruyne have both gone down 1 or 2 ratings. Bastoni, DiMarco, Neves. DiMarco's up 1. Bastoni's up 1. Neves is up 2. Guimaraes up 1. Isak up 2. Dembele, Rashford the same, I think. Rafinha's gone up. Konza up. Jones up. So everyone's on the up at the moment. The team is really, really nice, isn't it? Like, it doesn't really have Newcastle a base anymore. Only Bruno and Isak have survived. The fact we're top of the Premier League must mean we're doing something right. So I'm going to sim to the end of the season now, and hopefully we can secure that Premier League title. Maybe go back-to-back in Europa League. We are officially at the end of the season of the Newcastle career mode, and I cannot believe what I am seeing on the screen right now. As you can see, Manchester City have won the Premier League, and we've got the same wins, the same draws, and the same losses as them, but their goal difference is better than ours, so they have won the Premier League on goal difference. That is absolutely heartbreaking, man. If we've not won any other trophies, I'm going to be so gutted, you know. How have we lost on goal difference? And we have got another trophy under our belt. All has been restored. 2-0 win over Manchester City, who chumped us for the Premier League in the FA Cup. 2-0. What a result for us. So we've got the FA Cup, Super Cup and the Europa League under the belt for Newcastle in this career mode. Let's go and check to see how we got on the Carabao and Europa League. We got knocked out in the round of 16 by West Ham 1-0 in the Carabao Cup. And then in the Europa League, we lost in the semi-finals to AC Milan 4-2 on aggregate, who went on to lose the final against Atletico Madrid. So all in all, I'm pretty happy. 3 trophies in 3 seasons for Newcastle. Let's go and check the player stats to end off the series. Højlund, top goal scorer in the Premier League with 26 goals. Who was our top goal scorer? Isak. Great second half of the season for him. 19 goals he ended on. Much better than the first half, which was really poor. McTominay on 13. Just stuck out to me there. Charleston top assisted with 12. Isak with 9, so great season for him, assists and goals. Neves with 6 as well. Ramsdale, 9 clean sheets, 1 off the joint golden glove of Alisson. I swear he was on 8, halfway through the season. He only got 1 more. It's abysmal. And there we go. Look at the stats from Isak in the second half of the season. 32 goals and 10 assists he ended on in total. Rafinha, 11 goals, 2 assists and 29. The stats for these players are not impressive at all. Like, it's just all been shared about. DeMarco's stats are pretty good. Neves' stats are good. I'm happy with them. Obviously, De Bruyne getting on now. Down 2 ratings. And he's still got 8 goals and 66, which is quite impressive. Rashford, barely any game time. We played 60 games this season. He's only played half of them. Same for Rafinha. Where's even Dembele? Anderson's injured. 27 games for Dembele. 39 for Van Dijk. If you want to have a look at any stats right now, give it a quick pause. Ben White with 3. So this is a squad that we're ending with the Newcastle career mode with. Let me know in the comments how you think I got on. Did I achieve what you thought I would? Did you think I would achieve more by winning the Prem? Maybe the better runs in the Champions League. If you're a Newcastle fan, would you be happy with what I've done? Obviously, the players that I've brought in are absolutely ridiculous. Like, some of them are probably quite achievable, but some of them are definitely not. Like De Bruyne and Van Dijk would probably never come here, but at the same time, you never know in football. If you have enjoyed, please drop a like. Let me know if you want to see what career modes you want me to do next, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.